So yeah, top speed of 50. This thing rips. So the Razor Surron build is done. We're gonna go for a rip. Took about 35 hours to complete. So everything, all the plastics fit back on, and it's 100% still a Razor. Just the swing arm was extended 3 inches, and I'll take the plastics off to where you can actually see what we did. But it runs the 420 chain conversion that you'd run on a Surron. So this is the sprocket that would go on the counter shaft on a Surron for the 420 chain conversion. So the sprocket was custom cut down. This plate was made so we could run the sprocket. And then for the motor, it has sliding tabs, or it has tabs so that we can slide the motor forward and back so we can adjust the chain tension. Surron battery fits in the stock location. These tabs were made to hold the controller, but still using the stock brakes in the front. The rear is a rear Surron brake, so this custom caliper mount was made. So yeah, so the plastics slide right on, they bolt up, and then we can slide them right off. So let's go ahead and take it off. So this is how we did everything. So the frame was sanded down and repainted silver. This is how the brake lines and the throttle is managed. So it goes down with enough room to where you can turn it. Nothing binds, runs up underneath here, and we have it running back. So this is a complete Surron build as far as the entire harness, battery, controller, motor, and everything that connects to it. So he ended up running a switch. So there's a switch here. This is your on and off. You can select power and sports. You just reach up underneath the fender. This is for his kids, so he wanted this out of the way so that they couldn't accidentally throw it into sport mode. The other thing that was done is the stock location of the mount for the shock was moved back 3 inches. So it used to be here, and it was moved back to accommodate the 3-inch spacing that we added in the back. But yeah, super stoked with how it turned out. What you think? Good.
Shout out to Nate.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nate, for the fab. Thank you, Zach. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So Nate, I'll put his Instagram down. He's the one who did all the fabrication work. You know, I just helped, but he's the one who did all the welding and everything. So huge shout out to him. And everything fits nicely tucked up right over here. So everything's out of the way. And everything works, so let's go for a rip. I got mine, so I got my stock one. Let's go check it out. So my build is slowly coming along. Right now, all I have is bars, but I have a brand new swing arm that I bought, custom-made swing arm that was from the mainland. I'm going to be running a QS90 motor and controller with 72 volt. So this one's his is just running the stock 60 volt power, but I'm confident it's going to be more than enough. So this is our actual like first ride on it at all. So yeah, so you can see. Oh, actually, also what we had to do is, so you can see it works. I wasn't even full throttle though. So the way that this works is it's a free coaster. So there's a free coaster. It's a free wheel, yeah. So it just spins like a bicycle. So it engages. You can see it'll engage. And the other thing that we had to do is, because normally the motor goes to the counter shaft so that the 420 chain is over here, which we could have done that, but we were trying to make it to where we didn't have to do any of that. But we ended up switching to phase wire wires, and yeah, let's get the plastics put back on. Of course, out in Hawaii, we gotta represent. All right, let's go ripping. Okay. All right, so we made it about 20 feet down the road,
So
and
we gave up.
we gave up. No, so what ended up happening is you just can't run this reverse. The phase wiring, the controller was overheating, the motor was overheating, so you could give it not even 5 seconds of throttle, and it would just cut. And then it ended up moving the motor back, so then the chain popped off. So what we were able to do is we're gonna have to make a new bracket for the other side, because right now no rear brake, because he's gonna have to add that piece over here. And the way that the razors work is it's a free coaster, like we talked about earlier. So now, because we flipped the tire, the free coaster is just spinning, so the wheel won't spin. Try to spin the wheel. So what we're gonna have to do is this piece right here, just spin it the other way slowly. See how it free spins? So those two pieces got to get welded together, and then it'll work properly. So that needs to be welded. Rear brake has to be mounted on the other side, and then it'll be good to go. And no weird phase wire issues. It'll be working exactly how the bike should work. We got it, dude. We'll get it. Yeah. No worries. Yeah. We're not giving up. We're not giving up. We're so close. We're so close. And actually the tolerance is, because it's on this side and it wasn't meant to be on this side, it's close. And so everything's tucked in. Everything is still able to tuck in. All the wires barely reached. And so yeah, so you can see that's how it's ran now. And we're gonna make some sort of plate so that the motor's covered and those wires are covered so they don't get hit. But yeah, this is just how it's gonna be. So we'll finalize everything and make it all cherry. The bike is now officially working. We're meeting up his friend. He's got another razor. So what we ended up having to do is flip the motor. So now the brake is on this side, and he had to weld the right over there. He had to weld the sprocket. So now it can work. So yeah, let's get it ready and go for a rip. Oh, there we go.
That's the only thing I can do about, but I cannot report.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, it's too fast. So yeah, so this build was for his 5-year-old boy, so that's why it's not really torquey. So yeah, top speed of 50. This thing rips. For a 5-year-old? This thing's scary. Catching you up, moped. Yo. This build is awesome, dude. Like, for the top speed hitting 50, and it's so smooth. And honestly, like, if this was my bike and I could get used to it for like a day or so, I could wheelie that bike too.
Yeah, yeah. Well, just change the sprocket.
Or yeah, put a bigger sprocket. But nah, this is good, I think. I think it's perfect, dude.
For them.
Yeah. Hey!